I was thinking yesterday, obviously, about how hardware stores somehow never seem to have the stock that you want. And in the end, I ordered the thing I needed online, which I didn't really want to do because now I'll have to wait. But it got me thinking about stock levels in general, and one of the things I was thinking, and it's a source of endless irritation for me, is that these days clothing stores seem to want you to buy next season's stuff now. So for instance now, if you need to buy summer t-shirts and shorts, they're almost all gone because they pack them out in the middle of winter. And then if you go next year in the middle of winter and try and buy a jersey, well, good luck. And I just sometimes think to myself, crikey people, can't you just wait for the season to happen so that we can buy the clothes according to the weather that's actually happening to us right now? Why do we have to be ahead of the game all the time? And in fact, here in Cape Town, you know, this Black Friday thing has become big business. And except here we don't seem to have Black Friday, we have Black November. And people start early to like get out ahead of the crowd. But the whole point of that thing's got nothing to do with a whole month of barely on special stuff. It's about stock clearance and stuff that you know you're not going to sell unless it's heavily discounted. So why do we bother with this stuff? It amazes me, actually. That's not to say you can't get bargains. You can. But actually, if I think about it, you probably get the best bargains right after Black Friday, you know, with the stuff that's left that they couldn't sell as part of that whole round of sales. But yeah, it still amazes me about stocks. And in fact, talking about that, I'll often go to the store and you'll notice that the only sizes left are extra small and extra large. And when I see that, I think to myself, but surely you know that by far the most people who are going to buy are in the medium range and maybe large. So why do you stock huge amounts of these outsized and small-sized items when actually what you really need is huge amounts of the middle items? And maybe shops do, and they just run out of all of those. But I know most of the stuff that I like, by the time I get there, they don't have any of the colors that I like. Those that are left are mostly the wrong size. And, you know, that's just a little while after the stock first came out. So I wonder sometimes, you know, surely if you go through a cycle of buying and selling over and over again as a buyer in a store, you would get to know what people want to buy. But maybe you don't, because the people who come in later, they don't buy those sizes because they can't find them. So maybe it's worth, if you're watching this and you're a buyer, overstock a little bit on the medium sizes and see what happens, because you might be pleasantly surprised that you sell more than you thought. And the same goes for groceries, actually. We buy our groceries at one store mostly, but it astounds me that every week we go there and the one salad that we want is almost always out of stock. And I ask you with tears in my eyes, surely you can see that. Surely that you can see that those things always sell out. So why don't you get more stock of them? You could sell more stuff, and yet you don't, because you don't know your stock levels. Maybe the stock is centrally supplied because it's a chain store, in which case I'd say to those chain store execs, well, wake up. Your central supply is not working. what you're doing is selling less because your customers aren't getting what they need. But yeah, I guess I'm not in the sales game and the retail game, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But certainly from a customer point of view, it seems like often that I can't get what I want.